Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm not comfortable sharing how much of any crypto, including XRP, I hold, but I am perfectly comfortable telling you what percentage of my portfolio my XRP holdings are. And, I actually haven't talked about this or mentioned this in, I'm not sure how long. It feels like it could have been maybe a year and a half or so, and I just kind of casually mentioned it. I've never really talked about it too terribly in depth. But there have been times where my XRP holdings had comprised a bigger percent of my overall portfolio and a lower percent. But I will tell you this, XRP is actually currently at a much larger percentage than last time I talked about this. Because last time I talked about this, I'm pretty sure that it may have been around, I don't know, maybe been like 20% or so, but if that was about a year and a half ago, that makes sense because prices were different back then. I also put out, and I'll explain as we go through this, but I also put out a poll on social media platform X because I was curious, in terms of percentage, compared to whatever your fiat currency of choice is, whether it's dollars or whatever you're using, whatever government-issued trash you're using to buy stuff. For me, it's the United States dollar. For all of you out there listening, I also asked, what percentage of XRP is your holding, your total crypto holdings? And I got some interesting responses. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, now, since things have been changing, markets moving quickly, relatively speaking, certain coins popping off, I thought it was an interesting time to just kind of share some thoughts and discussion on the topic of, like, what are individuals doing within our community? How much XRP are you actually holding? Again, not in terms of quantity of XRP, and you should probably keep that to yourself because, you can make yourself a target, but in terms of percentage holdings, where are we sitting at? And so I put out the following poll. What percentage of your crypto holdings are XRP? Measure in whatever government-issued currency you prefer. And there's 4 responses that are available. It can be either 0 to 25%. You could select 26 to 50%, or 51% to 75%, or 76% to 100%. And 0... the people that selected 0 to 25%, which means there are, in theory, some people in here that could have 0 XRP. That would be 15.1% of the people that responded to this poll. Now, I'm going to hazard a guess that the vast majority of people following me on X have at least some exposure to X, or to XRP. And then the second bucket, 26% to 50% of their total crypto holdings. Well, that would be 17.3% of you that responded with that. The next bucket, which is 51% to 75% of your holdings are XRP, that would be 23.4% of you. That's a pretty big number. But check out the last one, and this is where I was honestly impressed and kind of made my jaw drop a little bit. It's pretty wild here. Take a look at this. The last bucket, 76% to 100% of your crypto holdings are XRP. That would be 44.2% of those that responded to the poll. That is massive. Like, respect, brothers. Like, oh my God, like, that's a lot. And that's a lot more than what I have in terms of percent, although it wasn't always like that. And so I shared some additional thoughts. I wrote, currently, 34.82% of my holdings are in XRP. This has been way higher in the past, but also way lower. This is due to normal crypto volatility, as well as the fact that I haven't bought XRP since October of 2020, but have bought a lot of other cryptocurrencies since then. Okay, so I'll just pause to say here, this is why I was saying at the outset of the video. I think last time I talked about this, I'm guessing it was probably about a year and a half ago, because XRP for this market cycle bottomed out, and I am pulling from memory, so I could be a little off, but I think it was about 28 cents that XRP bottomed off, and I think it was, I want to say June of last year. So we're in the year and a half neighborhood for that. So that would mean that the dollar value of my XRP back then was way less than it is today. Less than half of what it is today. And so in terms of what my holdings are, it would have changed drastically. But, even though it's the case that I haven't bought XRP in over 3 years, that's because, and I've said this before on the channel, so most of you might are aware of this, I'm assuming, but I went insane with my purchasing of XRP. I mean, I don't know what the percentage was at its peak, but the vast majority of my crypto holdings in United States dollars, it would have been XRP. The vast majority of it. And I put what to me subjectively is a ton, like a metric F-word ton of money into XRP. So the percentage would have been outrageous, whatever it is. So I would have been, I'm sure, for some period of time in that bucket of 76% to 100% of my crypto worth being in XRP. So I would have been with a lot of you out there. And so if I hadn't purchased other cryptos, perhaps it's the case that I'd still be, if not up there, way higher in terms of my percentage of XRP holdings. But I did buy other stuff. So it's not like I've never sold a single XRP. So like my personal holdings, by a long shot, it's my largest individual holding. But since I bought other stuff and that stuff has also gone up, that has just reduced the percentage of what XRP comprises my overall crypto portfolio. That's all that it is. And so then I also wrote, XRP continues to be my largest individual holding and has been for 6 years. My bags are packed. And folks, this is a true story. From the moment I first purchased XRP, the moment in 2017 where it became my largest holding, which would have been November of 2017, from the moment that happened, there's never been an instant where it wasn't my largest individual holding. And it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until finally I was like, Matt, you got a problem if you don't stop, which is what I did towards the later part of 2020. And then I've just been purchasing other stuff and diversifying. So that's all that is. And then I also wrote, luckily, XRP has done well this year, nearly doubling in price to this point. If instead XRP price were flat this year, then it would only account for 22% of my current total crypto holdings. So think about that. If XRP had just been like literally moving sideways since the beginning of this year, it would be worth substantially less, obviously. And so for my total portfolio, instead of it being worth almost 35%, it would be worth more like 22%. But thankfully, XRP actually has been moving. And I suspected, and correctly so, that would rub some people the wrong way. The fact that I'd have the audacity to say, yeah, XRP's been doing well this year. And I do mean, come on. See, it's all subjective, though. I got a couple of responses, and nothing against anybody that feels differently than me, but I do just respectfully disagree. Somebody named Blake wrote to me and said, doing well? Haven't you seen the rest of the market? XRP is not doing well. Well, Blake, respectfully, I disagree because I don't know in what world doubling an investment in less than a year is bad. Maybe in your world that's bad. Now, if you're going to compare it to something else, then like I said before, fairly recently, comparison is the thief of joy. So let me ask you this in a hypothetical. Let's say that that XRP doubled and everything else in the market also doubled. Does that suddenly mean that XRP's performance is good or bad? Or is it the case that you're just comparing it to other stuff when it doesn't make sense to do so because anybody that's been in the market for more than 5 minutes, we know that things pop off at different times. We also know historically that XRP lags behind. I'm not going to understand all of those things and then still be like, yeah, and XRP's crap in the meantime. What the hell is that? That doesn't even make any damn sense. XRP, you should expect it to mostly move sideways and down. So the fact that we've had an up year this year to a point where it's almost doubled, and we just haven't seen it pop off because, frankly, most altcoins haven't, yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty damn good. And if it weren't a good year, then it wouldn't be over a third of my total crypto holdings. Just saying here, folks. And and so mind you, like you're listening to a guy right now who is absolutely counting on XRP performing, hitting a new all-time high, entering price discovery, like in order for me to achieve the degree of life-changing wealth that I'm really looking for. I need XRP to do that, and I think it will, and I could be wrong. Now, if it doesn't, the rest of my holdings, as long as on the whole that turns out pretty well, I'm going to be fine regardless. But I placed a large bet on XRP, and I have zero regrets for that. And I'm never going to have zero regrets for that because I'm not going to beat myself up for not knowing what the future is. And just based on all of the publicly available information about human psychology when it comes to investing, how crypto markets perform, actual fundamentals, you pick it, I don't think that I've made unreasonable assumptions and had unreasonable hopes and desires about the future price action of XRP. Even if I am wrong about it in terms of where it actually goes, say it never does hit another new all-time high, I don't think believing that it was likely to hit a new all-time high was insane. But I still have the strongest conviction I've ever had when it comes to this topic, which is why I comfortably hold it. I sleep like a little baby every single night. I am not worried about this. But yes, the fact that XRP, has doubled in price in a vacuum, look at that. Yes, that is good. Can you not just say in a vacuum without any additional data? Can't you just say doubling an investment inside of a year is good? Can you just, because that's what's intellectually on that. I think that it would, who would subjectively disagree with that? Now, if you want to compare it to other stuff and then just make observations that a different investment did better than this investment, what are we even talking about? Then we're not talking about just XRP in a vacuum. What's the point of that? I was talking about XRP in a vacuum on its own. It's done well this calendar year. It just has. Then there was this. Somebody responded to me on the same thing and wrote, I can't understand why you would say that, Moon Lambo. A lot of people are way down after the crash, sir. Okay, and I don't know which crash you're talking about. I've seen every single up and down and been a part of it, holding XRP for 6 years, over 6 years now. And I don't know what you don't understand. My XRP is worth way more than what I purchased it for. My dollar cost average is about 25 cents. Am I not supposed to say that? Am I not allowed to because it's worth more? Or if somebody bought it at a higher price than me, I'm not allowed to just say what's true for me and that I think my investment's doing great. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I don't think that's fair or reasonable. In fact, I've been there before, and I didn't. By the way, just to be clear, I didn't. For the first 3 years that I held XRP, I was down almost the whole time, or roughly at break even. Pretty much the whole time. Rarely was I in the green. And I will tell you this. Not only did I not bitch about it like a little baby on the internet, I expressed my actual thrill and excitement and the degree to which I was looking forward to the future because I held XRP. And I still do. None of that's actually changed. So the fact that somebody else bought it higher and has a higher DCA and may be down in the dumps about it because of short-term price action or whatever reason they're having, what's that have to do with me? I'm doing what I'm doing. You guys, maybe everybody else needs to fix their damn mindset if they're being mopey about this stuff here. Because this is just what it is to invest, it's certainly in the world of crypto. None of this is weird or bad or anything along those lines. It's like, this is all, everything that's happening seems perfectly reasonable to me at this particular moment in time. And yes, I'm talking about XRP price action. And I saw people saying the same crap in 2017. I saw them saying the same crap in 2020, and then XRP started running in 2020 before the lawsuit happened with the SEC. Then I saw the same crap in 2021. I'm seeing the same crap again now, the same mopiness, the downness. It's not doing what I want right now. Okay. Chill out. I get it. You want your land on them now. I understand. That's not how this works. You don't get to choose when it goes. And to illustrate the point that it's by the way, to be clear, this is not just XRP holders that have, this is investors that have trouble with this. They compare their holdings, whatever is important to them, to other stuffs. And then if the other thing, especially if they don't hold it, if that other thing's doing way better, then they feel sad because reasons, which is a silly way to approach investing. It doesn't make sense. This is not how proper adults should be looking at this stuff, in my humble opinion. And I don't say that to insult people. You know, I've had emotional responses in my life when it comes to investing, but I don't anymore. And it's stupid. So, not negative ones. I mean, fun to get excited a little bit if stuff's going up. But to the negative, no. And so I'm highlighting that because it's silly and doesn't make sense. So to drive this point home, here's somebody named H. Barry Wood, who's clearly a huge fan of HBAR. And by the way, I am too. That is currently my second largest individual position. It's worth way less than my XRP. My XRP, by a lot, is my number one position. But HBAR, big fan. Actual fundamentals look solid. Actually being used. There's real utility. That's what makes me interested in it. But here you have this huge fan of HBAR really upset because Solana went up. Folks, this is what people that are in the XRP community are saying. It's the same thing. The point I'm trying to get across here is that if you don't own Solana and you're in a community, a crypto community, it could be, pick your coin. I don't care what your coin is. It could be XRP, it could be HBAR, pick your coin. You see Solana go up, and if you, especially if you don't hold it, you feel like you're missing out and there's something wrong with your coin. Why isn't yours going and Solana's going? Especially since Solana's crap. That's the attitude, isn't it? It's the same thing. Don't fall victim to this mentality. So here's what this guy wrote. How, and I'm going to have to censor this because he's not happy. How in the actual F word Is Solana up 7x this year, and HBAR can't break 9 cents. The metrics and development going on Hedera blows Solana away, not to mention mainstream adoption, and is way more scalable. This market is ridiculous. F it. I continue to stack HBAR, I guess. Now, folks, that just as easily could have been somebody in the XRP community, if you, right? I think that's a fair statement, isn't it? And not that it's most people in the XRP community, or that it would be most people in the HBAR community, but this is the trap that people fall into. It's right here. This is an example. There's multiple mopey people falling into this trap here. It is not the case that because Solana went on a run that the other things are now bad. So to the people that were surprised, Moon Lambo, how could you even say it? And people are down on their XRP investments, and other stuff's doing so much better. How can you say that XRP's done well this year? Well, because I'm not those other people, that's why. And I don't have that mindset. And my investment actually is great. And I'm still waiting for it to go, because either it's going to go or it's not. And you know what my bet is? It's going to come. That is my expectation. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. I do firmly believe a new all-time high is going to come. Going to enter price discovery. We'll see what that looks like. And by the way, you know what's kind of additionally funny about this post? The HBAR holder who's thinking, my God, HBAR can't... There's something wrong with HBAR, not breaking 9 cents. Solana's up. What's wrong with HBAR? What's funny is, like 8 hours later, it did break that 9 cent level that he talked about. It's like, so right about when he posted, that's right where I'm circling here. So you can see HBAR under 9 cents, and then it just right on up. So actually it did get to 9.5 cents. And come down a little bit since then, but it's over 9 cents at the time I'm recording this. It's just funny. It's just funny. These people are just going to complain. It's not the price level that I want it to be at right now. And then inevitably, if you just wait long enough, eventually that just happens. That's what it's been like for XRP anyway. Now, in this case, we didn't have to look long and wait long rather for that type of price action to occur. And it wasn't way higher, but it still made me laugh when I looked. I was like, oh my God. The thing you said, you can't believe it. Oh my God, there's something wrong. Can't get above 9 cents. Then that thing happened. It became over 9 cents. So anyway, kudos to all of you who have the conviction that you have. There are a ton of you out there who have conviction that is at least as strong as mine. And by the way, the fact that my XRP holdings are no longer whatever they would have been, over 75%, or the fact that my crypto holdings aren't over 75% XRP, that has nothing to do with conviction. The fact that it's gone down, it's really a function of just the normal volatility of price. So like, the dollar value of your portfolio is going to change moment to moment anyway. But also, I put a lot more money into crypto after that. And I don't want to say dollar figures, but I put in so much more money into crypto. And to see XRP is still that percentage is incredible. And I love to see it. It's my #1 coin, folks. I'm going to see this thing through, because I think this bitch is going to go to the damn moon, as they say in the world of crypto. Because we're all a bunch of silly-ass bitches, right? Have some fun with this, folks. It's fine. So anyway, I just thought this was interesting. I've never made a video talking specifically about this. Oh, that'd be a fun little Christmas Eve video to share with you here. Let me know where you guys, in what bucket, if you didn't vote on this. And by the way, it's still going. I will note this. The vote's actually still going at the time I'm recording this. But the sample size is reasonably large. We already have, even though we just got into it, like 9 hours ago, still had 1,598 votes, which frankly, once you get to that level, you could have it increase tenfold. It's not likely that the percentages from the respondents would change that much. It's a big enough sample to where that's probably more or less going to be it. So that means that a ton of you listening are really super duper into XRP, and I'd hazard a guess that because you're a lot like me and that you actually care about utility. I'd hazard a guess. I'm supremely interested in cryptocurrencies that offer utility. I'm here for the long haul. That's why I've been here over 6 years. But I think we're going to have a fun 2024. Hell, who knows? Maybe we'll have some last little bit of fireworks in 2023. We very well may. But this is a lot better in 2022. This is way more fun year. Net worth way higher for me. I'm hoping that's the case for you as well. And I think that we're going to have an insane 2024. I'm really looking forward to this, seriously. And hopefully this will finally be the cycle where I get to cash out, because I've never cashed out into United States dollars, never sold a single XRP, but I'm counting on being able to do that, being sufficiently enticed to do so. Coming up here very shortly. So as long as Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, I think we're probably going to be seeing that. But sit tight. We're going to find out together. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.